When do the kids go back to school?
89 days.
I'm exhausted.
Day 2 of...
How long have they been out?
A whole day.
Oh, jeez.
This is day number 2 of summer vacation.
If there was only a place we could go to express our vacation needs.
Well, there is one, but we wouldn't be able to take the children in this particular case. I think that's for the best. Have you ever heard of adult cruises?
No.
This is so amazing. This is a brand new company, and I guess they were the first that like specifically focus on nude-only cruises.
Oh, wait.
But they do nude cruises everywhere.
What's the water slide like?
They call it Bliss Cruise, couples only and clothing optional. Oasis of the Seas is the largest clothing optional couples only cruise in history. Bliss Cruise is a full ship charter inviting hedonistic couples 21 and older.
Wait a minute. I just pictured something. You know that midnight buffet? They need more than a sneeze guard, don't they?
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
There's different. Well, it goes back to.
Let's roll the film, shall we? Let's roll the video.
There's no video, honey.
Oh, we can't use it.
We're not going to show any new cruise
okay.
stuff.
Wait. I can do illustrations. Stick figures. Can we do?
I just wanted to tell you the most the ones that are most popular and that are already sold out for like 5 years in a row are the Mediterranean cruises.
Of course.
Because they're warm.
Yeah. Warm.
They're warm. The Adriatic and Croatia ports of call still is looking for hedonistic couples if you'd like to. Number 1, because it's going to be freaking freezing. It's in November.
George Costanza.
That just seems like a really bad time. Naturalists, you're going to be going to the European charter, and that's going to be in June. So this is a good time to jump in if that still interests you. There's one for the Galapagos Islands, and I just...
Oh.
And then I keep thinking of the red and blue-footed boobies. That's the name of the birds.
I know.
They're native to the Galapagos Islands. And then the couples.
I'm thinking how spiny iguanas are.
Maybe not as much interaction with wildlife as you'd plan.
Probably, hopefully not.
Bliss Cruise. Oh, this has got to be my favorite, though. The red carpet cruise to Nice and Cannes for the film festival.
Show your can off at Cannes. No.
You're going to have to come up with something better.
But the red carpet, you would wear clothes, right?
Oasis of the Seas, Bliss Cruise. Well, they do say it's naked. That's the point.
Huh. We've been on a cruise.
Of these, I'm just thinking like, the leaf watching tour up in Northeast America during October is just going to be a little bit too nippy for me to be out in the open.
You said... Yeah.
I didn't actually mean that, but there's sometimes when there's nothing you can say that is not going to... All right, moving on. Dogs.
The breeze. Never mind. Okay, I got to stop.
Okay, control.
All right, dogs.
Focus.
Let's talk about dogs.
Dogs can smell fear.
Dogs?
We know that already, but they also can smell liars.
You're lying to your dog, and I've done this, and now I know they actually did this in Japan, and they took 34 dogs, and 34 well-behaved dogs. I'm going to say that.
No, that's 440 dogs.
Yeah, not your crazy dogs. Yours. You know who I'm talking about. Ours is fine. Yours isn't. And they took all these dogs, and they said, okay, here's the deal. The person comes in, the owner, the person who takes care of that dog, and there's a box in the corner, and most dogs, if you point, will go over
to the object. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Which they put some food in, some treats. And so the dog was like, oh, this is great. Sure. Oh, treats, great. Come on back here. All right, go to the box. And it goes to the box, and there's nothing in it. And the dog's like, okay, back to the owner.
Treating me like that, that's just nice.
And the owner goes, go back to the box. And the dog goes back to the box. Once again, disappointed. Comes back, third time. Dog, go to the box. Screw you.
100% of the dogs were like, no, that's not going to happen.
We're not doing it.
And so they based it all down to dogs are very, very good at picking up human behavior, much more so than we thought.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons that when they talk about how dogs can sense evil people or bad people, liars, they're saying there's actually some science to that because they're so good at observing human behavior that they may pick up on stuff that we don't.
Or if you get all geared up and full of anxiety, your dogs feel that. And we have a friend who has a crazy dog. And she says part of the training was for her to, when they passed other dogs and stuff,
calming,
just calm yourself down. Mm-hmm. The dog picks up on it and is calm, and no one attacks another dog, which is great.
It worked out really well for her blood pressure.
Sesame Street.
I just thought that was so interesting. I have always loved how Sesame Street was groundbreaking.
I have to say, where I grew up, that
In Lexington, Massachusetts.
Don't do that.
You all jumped horses there, and you all had heritage homes.
No, he didn't.
Kind of did. Go on.
But Sesame Street was my first introduction to African Americans.
For racial diversity, it was the first for almost all of America.
I forget how old I was.
I was the
little.
same way. Yeah.
I was a little one. And this happened in New York City. It's set, Sesame Street is set in New York City. They have their own street, by the way. They granted them a street.
I love that. First ones to show a child in a wheelchair.
Blind. Mm-hmm. So, someone who had hearing difficulties, a wheelchair.
Worked with signing, yeah. The first child with autism was featured on Sesame Street.
Now, foster.
This is so cool to me.
Foster kids. This is so great. And what they've done is they've set up with an educational organization that runs behind the show, the community program.
Carly the foster muppet and her 4 now parents, Dela and Clem.
Right.
Tell me that is not gorgeous.
But they talk about all the different programs that are available currently around the country to help people with fostering and take classes and learn what the challenges are.
Because that's such a huge thing. There's a constant
so big.
demand for foster parents. Constant demand.
Sorry for my nose. I have a sniffles.
We do cats. We foster cats, but it's not really the same thing. I absolutely love that they've done this. The number of children in foster care has grown for 5 consecutive years. A lot of it is drug use, a lot with parental
With
drug
parents.
use, but it's just,
Right.
which gives me hope that maybe they can get through that and they can get over that. But yeah, it's got it straight for 5 years.
Then
So
you're
they
worried,
never have enough people.
And your worry is they're going to age out of the system.
So I
not-
love that they're giving this message.
Exactly.
Well, this
All right.
is kind of cool. Voter turnout in Utah went from 45th.
Can we roll the film about the nudist things now?
No.
Can we do this? Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, we seriously, we sucked 4 years ago. We sucked. We were 45th in the country for voter turnout.
Oh, voter turnout.
We sucked, and then we jumped up to 13th in the course of 4 years. It was unbelievable.
Ba-dum-bum.
From 2014 to 2018, that was the first year that all of the counties here used same-day registration and
Right.
voting. But 58% of the voting age population voted. I kind of wish that it was more, but that's still amazing.
Better.
Interestingly, a lot of it, the medical marijuana initiative was the biggest vote getter in Utah, along with ballot initiatives on independent redistricting, and Medicaid expansion. And this is the first time that millennials have overpowered like Generation X in terms of voting.
Wow.
So that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yes. 45th, we sucked to 13th. Not so bad.
Are we going right to this one? Because I love it.
Well, he's now the coolest dad in like North America.
Vermilion Heritage Museum in Alberta, Canada. Vermilion. What is vermilion?
It's a color.
It is a color, isn't it?
I'm not sure what else.
Is it reddish?
Yes.
So anyway,
It is of that hue.
they hired, the museum actually went and hired a blacksmith. Now, I'm not going to say that Alberta, Canada, perhaps the cold has affected their brains, because they found a safe that they could not
I'm
open.
looking at vermilion now because I'm paranoid. Keep
Okay,
going.
go ahead. So they've had this safe in this old hotel, and it was in the basement. Now, if you know about safes, they're really stinking heavy for a reason. It's so you don't move them and you can't blow them open. So this thing's in the basement. They're not going to move it. When the hotel changed hands, there it is. They don't have the combination for it. They tried and tried, and they called the maker of it, and they can't give you the combo and stuff.
Okay,
and
I was right. It was reddish.
Is it reddish? Did you?
Brilliant red or scarlet.
So they called a blacksmith. Why not a locksmith?
Because there's the super old ones, though, they would have different joints and different hinging. I think the blacksmith would more logically be the right one, wouldn't he?
Did you have a combination on your gym locker or your school locker? Now, did you clear it by going left or right?
I just spun it a couple times.
Spin it and then you go. So his dad and his wife and his 2 kids, the 4 and 6, and they were out camping. And they said, okay, well, we went for the tour, and they showed them around the whole place. And part of the tour is in the basement. And then there is the
Anytime anyone
safe.
tells me the tour is in the basement, I'm like, I don't want to go on that. But
So
this
they
was nicer then.
So they went through the hotel and stuff. It's old and it's really cool. And one of the things that they get to do is everybody gets to try to open the safe, which I think is like so like, if you just put that outside, I'm like, I'm in. I don't care if this is a toothpick museum.
My main stance is if I give the one who opens it, I get whatever is inside. Although
Is that how it works?
I think it's only fair.
Dad crouches down. Do you know why they use a brush thing on their fingertips.
Makes it more sensitive?
More sensitive.
Sure.
So he put his ear up, just like they do in the movies. And his 2 kids are sitting there going, "What are you doing, Dad? What are you doing? Hey, shh." And he looks at it, and it goes from 0 to 60. And he makes his first move. And he goes, 10. Then he goes back to 20. Then he goes back to 40. Boom, the safe opens.
No way.
First try.
No freaking way.
First try. I mean, the crowd goes crazy.
And how long has this thing been locked?
For like 70 years or something crazy. 1900. So 1900 is basically when it got locked. They changed hands and no one had the combo. They tried to contact everybody. And now here it is. The safe is open. People are called. They come over. And all the people share the disappointment about what's inside.
This is like Al Capone's like secret hiding place, isn't it?
There's like an eraser. There's a waitress's checkbook. There's checkbook as in writing down your order. There's like odds and ends, and you know.
Oh. Well, he might have a brand new like career option available to him now.
This is true.
So maybe this is just the beginning of like a positive new career in probably organized crime. Now that I think about it, but nonetheless.
Too bad he didn't use those numbers on a lottery ticket. That would have been better.
That's pretty cool, though.
That is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And by touch and hearing. I mean, that's amazing.
All right. So we should close the show by showing the video of the boats on their cruises. Sorry. Okay. I'm not going to be an 8-year-old anymore.
Really?
More like 9. My voice is lower, can you tell?
We'll see you Monday. We have a whole bunch of Father's Day gifts and prizes we're going to be talking about and seeing if we can make you look better to Dad.
When do the kids go back to school?
89 days.
Yeah. Come on, coma. Come on, coma. All right, we'll see you Monday. Just a little coma, just for 98 days. And then I'm fine. Think of the weight I'll lose. Boom. I'm going to leave now.
That's a win-win for you already. I can see, psycho.
Of course, I'll miss you.